Most people walk. Okay? I ran, like petrified that if I stayed in the dark, something would happen. Boo! Did I scare you?
No.
Well, that's too bad, because today we're going to be talking about fears and phobias.
Oh, I have multiple of them. What about you,
I
Noah?
do too.
I do.
On today's episode of CRollur and Willy, we're going to be talking about fears. I'm CRollur.
And I'm Willy, and your name is Nitro from now on.
Not complaining. That sounds like a cool name.
So we got Nitro, I guess.
I have a lot of fears, and I have a lot of phobia. Like, I hate it when someone used the bathroom and not wash their hands, and I find out about it. It irritates me more than anything.
I don't think that's a phobia as much as just being annoyed.
Oh, yeah, well, phobia is annoyed, and I hate...
Phobias are kind of like you're apprehensive or anxious about it.
Yeah, but that's like a small version of fear. It's like people have...
so are you like afraid that somebody's going to like not wash their hands and then shake your hand?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
Then I also have fear of heights. I hate roller coasters. I hate, you
hate roller coasters.
I hate roller
I didn't know
coasters.
this.
Like, I'm scared shitless of roller coasters. I was forced to ride the Maverick in Cedar Point back in 2000. I think it was back in 2011 or 2012. And it was fun. Like, at first I was like, I do not want to get on this. But then I rode it. And it was fun. But then, like, I wanted to ride it several more times because I was used to it. Because I knew what I was going to do.
That's actually how you get over a lot of fears and phobias is by experiencing it.
But then my sister was like, "Oh, we're going to go to the Millennium Forest." And I'm like in line and I see that thing take off. I'm like, "No, I want to go back to the Maverick."
See, I actually like roller coasters and I'm not afraid of heights. The Power Tower was one of the ones like a lot of people are afraid of because it goes like way up high. And then it drops you.
I mean, don't they have like an up and down, like up speed?
Yeah, they have one that shoots you up in the air, and then they have one that takes you slowly up and then drops you from the top.
See, I would like the one that like goes up in the air real quick, but not drop me, because I don't like my belly spinning.
Yeah.
I think for people who fear heights, it's probably worse when it slowly goes up.
Oh, yeah, it does. It really does.
Yeah, that's not my cup of tea right there.
I don't drink tea.
I hate even though I live out in the country and we deal with like spiders and stuff, like I'm not scared of spiders. I'm only scared of one species of spider.
I'm pretty scared of spiders.
I'm only scared of one species of spider, and that's that brown Lacrossius or something like that. Lacrossius. Because they bite you, dude. You get like a fucking your skin starts like fucking.
You're
dying.
not afraid of a black widow spider?
Not really.
Oh my god,
they're so tiny. They're so tiny. You can't see them.
I don't know what you're talking about. I saw one that was like the size of a quarter on the back of my face.
Well, that's a male. That's why. That was a male. They don't have the venom like the females does.
Well, that doesn't help my fear any.
All right, like we'll skip mine. We'll continue with mine later on because I have like so many fears and stuff. Then we'll go to you.
Me?
Yeah.
Thanks. Okay.
Nitro.
Okay, so basically one of my fears is the future.
What? The future?
Yeah, anything can happen. Like the chances.
You fear what might happen in the future?
Yeah.
Like nuclear,
aliens.
That is actually a lot of people do fear that.
Like, I don't know if I trip and fall and then I wake up and nowhere. What am I supposed to do? Not be worried?
You can't prep for something that you don't expect.
Yeah, like going into a dark room and not knowing. My other fears is being in the dark, but it's also same thing basically because I don't know what's in the room.
Yeah.
You know?
In light of CRollur,
first of all, I've had the fear of dark too. But second of all, you just said something about you can't prep for the future, for the unknown future. There are people who try.
And they failed.
Yeah, well, I don't know. We won't know until it happens.
Yeah, I mean, like, there's people that's like, like back in the when nuclear people were fearing nuclear,
Oh yeah,
tabs, and they were
bunkers.
building those bunkers and stuff. And
Yeah.
I just felt like they just wasted money because it never happened, in their lifetime.
Yeah, but if it did,
If they were
But if it
prepped up for it,
did.
if it did,
but if it
Yeah.
did, you just got to say it a third time.
if it did happen, they were prepped for it, but it never happened.
Better safe than sorry.
One of my other ones, you mentioned it in your fear of the future thing, which is aliens. Which I don't like the name of the phobia that they labeled it with,
What did-
xenophobia, because this xenophobia covers a lot more than just like extraterrestrial aliens. It is the fear of anything foreign. So technically, as a United States citizen, if you fear Mexicans, you are also xenophobic.
No shit.
Mine is specifically for aliens, and it came around pretty much after my ex made me watch The Fourth Kind, that documentary style horror film. It almost made me afraid of owls because they portrayed the aliens as owls. Like you can't fathom their true existence, so you see them as owls.
Dude, there's like so many fears that people have. It's kind of ridiculous. Like some people have a fear of talking to people. Some people have a fear of being isolated from people.
Yeah, that is another one of mine, which is public speaking. I get anxious and clam up if I have to speak publicly. It's not as bad if I'm doing it in front of cameras, but if I'm doing it in front of a crowd of people, it's different. You get that anxious of they're judging me, they're gonna think I'm stupid, or am I talking loud enough? Am I stuttering? Am I like all those things go through your head? And that's if you're even thinking. For some reason, sometimes I don't even think. I just stop. I'm just petrified.
Yeah, I mean, like that's how I am with heights. Like when I climb up my antenna, that's like 60 foot up in the air. I was like, oh, I got this. And I get all the way up there and I look down. I'm like, oh shit. And
You know,
then I
this-
Why
started,
would
like,
you look
clenching.
down?
This explains something. We played hide and seek once, and I got up on your roof, and it took you guys forever to find me.
Because I didn't want to go up there to look.
Why would I go up there? I barely go up stairs and be like, oh, what if I trip and fall?
Well, those stairs are different because that is another fear that people have. That's why some people they would just use ramps, instead
Ramps.
of staircase because they're afraid of stairs and they think that they're gonna like miss a step one day and they're gonna flop and die. And dying is one of the fears that most people have.
Yeah.
I mean, to be honest, dying is too broad for me to consider it an actual phobia because there are a lot of different phobias that could lead to dying.
Yeah, but how many people died over a fucking smacking a vending machine? That thing like fucking came back and like got them.
Mm.
Probably not that many, but people fear sharks because they could die to them. People fear, as you said, people fear heights. People fear the dark because of what's in it might kill them. I mean, honestly, I was thinking about this, and they classify fears into like 4 different categories: like natural, social, and like I don't remember. Like one of them was like, I forgot what the actual word was, but it was like event based, like something that happens. There was a 4th one I don't remember. I think most of them go back to 2 different types of fears.
Yeah,
Which is the fear of the unknown and the fear of imminent danger. I think like the fear of like the unknown, like the dark and like public speaking and like social anxieties, they're all from the unknown because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's in the dark. You don't know what's there. But like, let's say like fear of spiders, I'm afraid that I'm going to get bit. You also have like the fear of heights. Like what if you fall and what if you die? Like you mentioned
Yeah.
that.
yeah.
Yeah.
And when you're on bucket on a hydraulic system, one cable goes out, but they have what they call it is a check valve. What that is, it's a ball inside that valve that'll like close the hydraulic system, and
Yeah, they have safety measures in place to stop stuff from happening. But that doesn't mean people aren't going to be afraid of it anyways.
yeah.
I mean, accidents happen where even the safety measures fail. So yeah, that's something that people fear. Like, I don't think all fears are irrational, but I think when it affects your daily life is when it becomes a phobia.
Yeah. Like those people that are like clean freaks and shit, they have like a big phobia. Like everything had to be placed the way they want it placed. It had to be clean a certain way they want it cleaned. Dude, I met someone that had OCD, and I moved a cup just over like a quarter of an inch, and he noticed it.
Yeah, I don't know if that's a fear though.
No,
That's a
but
compulsion. Like they have to have everything in order, otherwise their brain just keeps going back into a loop of this needs to be fixed.
yeah, I just wanted to put that.
A lot
in
of
there.
times they have to double and triple check things just to make sure that it's done.
You're not like that, are you?
Not really, although there are a slight bit of things there. Like if I go to the store and I see something out of place, it does bother me a little bit, but it's not to the point where like
You're
I
gonna
can't
go your
move
way
on.
to grab it and bring it all the way to like 5 aisles away just to put it
No,
back.
but if it's something like if I see like a box that's like 2 shelves over, I might move it back
Yeah.
because I'm like that to me is just it's like I can fix it myself. It's not like I'm compelled to do it. It's not like it's affecting how I act.
it
It's
just bugs you.
just bugs me a
Yeah.
little bit.
I think you said most of them. I fear so.
Like, do you fear of like roller coasters?
Yes. They take too long to get up.
Well,
If
no,
you
they do
wait-
that just to spike the fear on you. Like
I
people-
know. If you
yeah.
wait to be scared, it's gonna make me more scared of it because I'm waiting and waiting.
You're waiting to get
Yeah,
scared.
the anticipation of the fear makes it worse.
Yeah, it makes me go like, and going up, it feels like I'm getting dragged down while going up the roller coaster.
Yeah, I mean, I could definitely see that.
Yeah, I'm the same way. You know, I'm like,
No.
yeah, I'm the same way.
You mentioned like the fear of dark. I mentioned it earlier. Now, for me, like when I was a child, like I was totally afraid of the dark. Like I would not go into a dark area at all. Even in the house, I had to be within light unless I was in my bed.
You know, the thing is too, because I am like, I'm not scared of the dark, but I'm scared of what insects might be in the dark.
Oh
you know?
yeah, I hate
But you're not-
insects.
That's mostly outside. Like if you're in your own house, you wouldn't be afraid to be like in your living room dark, would you?
No, I'll be
I
fine
would.
if there was no insects in there. But if I see like, I use a red flashlight. The reason why I use a red flashlight because I don't want to wake anyone up, you know, that's sleeping in the household. That's why I use a red lens. And if I see an ant, I'm like, oh man, that thing's gonna, you know, be sleeping right next to me.
I think you
know?
might have a fear of insects more than you have a fear
I
of the
know.
dark.
Centipedes
I hate
are
ants.
yeah, they're scary. Like centipedes too.
Ants aren't scary to me. Although spiders are, ants aren't. I'll smash them with my hand. I don't care.
I will slap him with my Crocs or something, not my hands.
To me, they're just pests. They're not they're annoying, but they're not scary. Like you
Well,
guys are describing it like
they drive
you guys
me
are
nuts.
you guys are describing ants like I'm describing spiders, man.
Yeah,
Bro,
like there's many
centipedes are
times like I
scary.
couldn't even sleep because I seen like a carpenter ant like on my frame of my bed.
Oh yeah.
And then I'm like looking at it, I'm like, oh, I gotta kill this thing. And then it takes off. And I'm like, I don't know where he is. Then like I can't sleep because I don't know where he is. He might come back, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's me with
wait.
spiders.
That's me with centipedes. I see a centipede running across my room, climbing the wall. I'm
No.
gonna grab my Crocs, and he disappears.
I do
And I'd
think
be like, "Where are you?" All night, and then I'll wake up at like 6 a.m. being like,
Well, I mean, I would lose like 4 hours of sleep because of
I
one
will
little
too.
ant.
I will lose 6 hours of sleep.
yeah, so like I definitely get that. I understand that fear. The centipede one, like, even though I find them a little bit creepy, I'm not terrified of a centipede.
When
Like,
they're
if I
running
see
at
one,
you,
I'm like, ew. That is
They'll run at you,
that is
dude.
distur-
They'll run at you.
they'll be like, with
Just
their
kick it.
30,000 legs. I'm running. I'm sprinting with my Crocs.
No,
and
just
then
kick it.
Bam,
If you're
bam.
that afraid of it, just kick it.
I will, but guess what? Disappears, and then I'll be in my room, turn it,
That centipede is gonna come right back for more action.
Oh,
and then I turn around like I'm in a horror movie, be like, "Where are
you
you?"
never seen a horror movie Centipede?
No, I haven't.
Well, that's based on real life
I mean,
events.
based on my record with, I mentioned the fourth kind. I guess if I watch Centipede, I might develop a fear of centipedes.
Don't watch it because it's based on real true story. There was like a 20-foot centipede or some shit.
Ew, I can't even.
Wait a minute. It was the same director as the Sharknado. So it was made up.
Oh,
It
gosh,
probably
sorry.
was.
Yeah,
But
probably.
yeah, like I want to go back to
Unrealistic,
the fear of dark because there's a point that I want to point out. Which obviously, when I was a kid, I would have to turn the lights off dead in my bedroom I would literally run out of the dark area when I turned the light off.
Duh, who
But-
wouldn't?
But no, most people walk. Most people walk. Okay? I ran like petrified that if I stayed in the dark, something would happen. Now, there's another thing which like apparently happens when like waking and sleeping. Like your fear of the dark might actually paralyze you, and it's called a sleep paralysis.
Oh
demon.
yeah, I got that before.
I've had that. Like I literally, and apparently with sleep paralysis, some people actually hallucinate things. And I did
Yeah.
because I felt like there was a presence circling my room, keeping me down.
When I worked at as a telemarketer, I literally partied all freaking night. And then I had to go to work, and I was on the phone, and I was like hallucinating, like someone like punched that screen and hit me in the head, and it woke me up, and I was like on the call with someone. They're like, "You there?" Yeah, I know what you're saying. Like when you're tired, like dead tired, you actually hallucinate. I seen it.
I mean, the thing
What?
is it felt like something was holding me to my bed.
Yeah.
Like sleep paralysis is literally you're conscious, but your body will not move.
Yeah.
And it just felt like, to me, it felt like I was pinned to my bed, like something was holding me there. Like I could not move at all.
So it's
yeah,
like
I
sounds
had-
like 80% of your brain is, or 60% of your brain is working, but like 100% of your body isn't working.
Do you tell me the motor functions weren't working?
Yeah.
It's possible.
Yeah.
But I wanted to bring that up because
What-
sleep paralysis is something you wouldn't think of being part of a fear, but it is
It
heavily
is.
linked with the fear of dark.
By the way, you said you always run away from when you turn off the lights.
I mean, not as much now, but when I was younger, yeah.
Oh yeah. Sometimes I walk and turn around and be like, ha 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 ha, loser.
Oh, you're just like stirring up the hornet's nest. Oh, you're
Now I
doing.
feel like if there was something in the dark, you're taunting it.
Yeah.
I'm not afraid of it. I am, but I got my shoes. I got the belt in my room. I'm good. I'm good. And I got my brother to sacrifice first, so
Oh, that's mean.
bro, I'm kidding.
So I'd like to talk about briefly the last fear I have listed here for myself. And this happened as a child. Something happened to me. I was petting a cat, and the dog wanted to chase the cat. And I held the cat up over my head so the dog couldn't get it. And it attacked me. Ever since then, as a child, I had a massive fear of dogs. And now I still, I'm not afraid of dogs per se, so much as when they jump at me. Like my sister's dog, every time I go to her house, she gets hyper, runs around, and then she'll jump up at me. And it makes me really
What
uncomfortable.
kind of dog is it?
German Shepherd.
Oh, yeah. And they jump on you.
Yeah. And I don't necessarily fear it because I know her dog. I know her dog's not going to bite me and scratch me and stuff. But it still makes me a little uncomfortable when it happens.
Well, you got to look at it too this way. Dogs are obedient the way the person trains the dog. Like someone can train a dog to just straight up attack someone, and that's what the phobia is. And not phobia, but well, yeah, it is a phobia. And then, someone that has been bitten by a dog and got fucked up by it, they're always going to fear that. And it's going to take them a long time to not fear that fear anymore.
But anyways, I want to talk about like just common fears other people have. Like we talked about arachnophobia, right?
Fear of spiders.
And then we have like the fear of snakes.
Okay, yeah.
People are afraid of snakes.
And I have all of them.
The fear of heights.
Duh. Heights are
Fear,
terrifying.
agoraphobia, the fear of open and crowded spaces.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, cross spaces? Yeah, I have no problem. Well, no. If I'm in a crowded space, I would have fear with it if I'm trapped in a crowded space.
Yeah.
I don't have a fear. I get anxiety a little bit, but I'm not afraid of a crowded space so much as I just get drained from being there. Like just being in a crowd or a crowded area is just mentally taxing on me. So I feel
don't-
like I have more anxiety than fear.
like when we're at work, Willy and CRollur, and I get sent somewhere else, and they put me in an area where I cannot talk to someone, that my anxiety goes up because I have, I had to talk to someone.
Yeah.
Even though we use those like earbud things, I need someone to talk to at all times because it drives me nuts.
Yeah.
So I think you have a fear of isolation,
Yeah.
possibly.
I don't like being isolated from people.
Another one that's pretty common is claustrophobia, which is the exact opposite, which is the fear of tight spaces and enclosed spaces.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
Rather
fine
than
on that.
open or crowded spaces. I guess it's not totally opposite because crowded spaces with them being open, but like closed in tight spaces. My mother has this, and we went to one of those shifting mazes, and she got terrified when the walls started coming in.
Oh.
Are you serious?
She had to go out the emergency exit because of it.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah.
I would too if I see walls closing in on me.
Oh, that would probably.
Be
You're-
like,
The idea is that you're supposed to escape the area before it completely closes. But it's not. But since it's like a literal maze, they're not going to crush you with it. But somebody with that fear would freak out anyways. Now another one is the fear of germs, like germophobia. It goes beyond cleanliness and just being clean. It goes to the point where they're afraid to touch certain things and shake hands with people and stuff because of the fact that people have germs.
No, I don't give a fuck about germs. As long as you don't have like something that would affect me.
But for some reason, the fear of people not washing their hands.
Oh, that would piss me off. No, it's not like I'm just gonna be like, oh, like don't touch me. No, I'm like, fuck you. You didn't wash your hands while using the bathroom. When I use the bathroom, I wash my hands before I use the bathroom, and I wash my hands after the bathroom.
I don't do before and after. I just do after.
yeah, after.
Well, I want to make sure my hands are clean when I'm,
Whoa.
I mean, unless your hands are greasy as fuck, I don't see the point.
Well, you don't know what you touch before,
what would
it's
I
not
touch?
like it's not like I'm touching. It's not like I'm like rubbing my dick over when I'm peeing.
No, I'm talking about your hands. You could have touched something.
Yeah, just wash it afterwards.
Yeah, but you just touch your dick. Then
Clean it.
then you might as well just put your dick over the sink and clean that too.
Oh, I take a shower. That's how I wash that.
Yeah, I guess you guys think a little bit different than I do.
Yeah.
Now, there's another common phobia. I'm gonna name the phobia itself and see if you can figure out what it is. Aerophobia.
Air.
People don't like air.
People.
Planes. They
Gosh darn it. Oh, wait.
aero,
Ew.
aerophobia.
I hate-
aerial.
As in aeroplane.
Aerial.
I hate
The
airplanes.
fear of flying.
I'm never flying.
Well, I mean, I had that fear too because I watch movies and I seen plane crashes and that kind of, I don't want to be on an airplane.
I don't have a fear of flying at all, but after landing down in Miami, I had a fear of landing. Oh my god, the way those planes land, and like they touched down and it felt like we were about to skid out of control because of how hard they had to brake that plane to slow it down. Another common one is the fear of public speaking, which
Whoa.
even I have.
Yeah, I don't have that problem. I can sit there and like a crowd of 500 people and be fine.
About 5,000.
Yeah, I'll be fine.
500,000
I'll be fine.
in front of the president.
I'll be fine. You don't understand because I can go up to like someone that's like way up there and like have a perfectly good conversation with them and not even give a fuck.
I've seen you have casual conversations with high management, so I know you don't fear speaking to people. I don't know about a crowd of people, but you don't have a fear of speaking to people at all.
I mean, with a crowd of people, it might be a little different. I would have to adjust something where I would have to adjust my speech to, try to get every single one of them, in the group to, hype them up a little bit.
Why
Okay.
is there a phobia of phobias?
There is a phobia of phobias. It is called phobophobia,
I knew it.
and it is the fear of phobias.
Fear of phobias?
Yes,
What
Are
the
they
fuck?
scared of everything and the color yellow too?
xanthophobia, the fear of the color yellow.
What?
Better not watch the
Why
Flash.
are people fear of yellow?
I mean, I have a list of some weird, weird and rare phobias. I don't even know how to pronounce this one.
Wait, let me see it.
Arachnophobia Pterophobia.
Wait.
It's the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth.
What am I
That's an
supposed to...
extremely specific
that's
phobia.
extreme. One.
Like how is it that single sensation is a fear?
Yeah, I worked with a guy that had a fear with water, and he refused to shower and stuff, and he smelled like fucking sewer every fucking day.
Yeah, I don't understand that one because there are people who actually are allergic to water touching their skin who still take showers. They just do like dry stuff for most of their body, and then they wash their
thing
hair.
is, I drowned like 3 times, and then it's like I was like, oh, I must have to learn how to swim now.
I would go back to this peanut butter thing because it's not the fear of peanut butter, right?
Yeah,
You would think, okay, the fear of peanut butter would be weird enough, but it's the fear of peanut butter sticking to the roof of your mouth. Like it's that specific.
that okay.
So
that
dude,
is so
just
fucked up.
so they're just eating peanut butter, and then now they'll be like,
Oh, grab a putty knife.
And they grab like
2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I just tripped up anybody who was arithmophobia.
would be screaming right now.
The fear of numbers.
Oh, okay.
That one.
There's one even more specific though. Actophobia. Do you know what I'm saying? Do you know what that one is?
What?
The fear of the number 8.
1, 2, 3,
Because it
4.
looks like boobs.
I don't know.
Hey, what kids? What comes after
forgot
7?
I forgot to add in. Like, I do have one more fear.
What?
I have a fear of failing.
Oh yeah, that is very common.
I
to
don't
me.
remember what that's called, but there is an actual phobia listing for that.
Yeah, because I don't like failing on anything I do. Yeah, like when I was in my class, like 3 days ago, I was hooking a system up and it would not work. And I got pissed off. And I just started unhooking everything. I restarted and it still didn't work. Turned out I put the directional control valve and, I used the wrong one.
Oh.
And that's why it didn't work. And I got pissed off, just tore everything apart instead of just looking at what the setup is.
Oh, I have a question for you.
Yeah.
Does your guy that's afraid of water, is he afraid of bathing or afraid of water itself?
Who?
The guy that you were talking about earlier who didn't shower or didn't bathe?
Oh, all right, so he just said that he was afraid of water.
Okay.
And he always smelled like a septic tank every fucking day.
Well, the reason I'm asking is because there's actually specifically a fear of bathing.
Yeah, that's what he was. Yeah.
Ablutophobia.
Wait, ablutophobia.
And the thing is,
How do you pronounce that word?
Ablutophobia.
yeah, the thing is, because I'll be working across from him and his fan would be blowing in his back. And I would get the full fucking smell
Stink.
of him. And it was fucking disgusting.
Oh,
Take a shower.
And I would have to deal with it every fucking day.
Whoa, look at that one.
Then when I get home, I'm
Look
like,
at
I'm
that.
going to smell like him. So I would shower right away because I didn't want to smell like fucking sewer like that fucking guy.
Yeah.
That's just poor hygiene.
I mean, yeah, that does lead to it. Now, there are some relatively new phobias I've found, which is nomophobia, which is the fear of being without your phone.
Yeah, I'm not. Yeah, I can go.
But here's the
without one.
thing with it. Some of the diagnosed symptoms, the ability to turn off your phone. Now, I don't have that one,
No.
but
No.
constantly checking your phone for missed messages and calls.
Okay, yeah, I got that because I always
Well,
miss
you
calls.
Charging your
you
battery
guys-
in your phone is almost fully charged. I do that because I just
you
don't
use it. You use it.
I
Yeah,
don't-
I
here's
got
the
that
thing is-
too.
I think that one's more of a fear of not wanting my phone to die
Yeah.
at an inopportune time versus fear of not being around my phone. Taking your phone with you everywhere you go, including the bathroom.
Not including the bathroom for me.
I go to the I play
But-
games if I'm
She's
sometimes.
taking a shit.
Yeah, duh. I'll be like, hey, who's
Repeatedly-
texting me now?
Repeatedly checking to
Ha.
make sure you have your phone. I do that.
Yeah.
The fear of being without Wi-Fi or able to connect to cellular data network. I don't have a fear of it.
Well, no.
But I am annoyed sometimes when I don't.
I think
Yeah.
the difference is I try not to rely on technology. That's why
Now,
I hooked up
these
a
last
antenna.
two are where I'm delineating that I do not have this fear.
Okay.
Stress over being disconnected from one's online presence. I have literally left my phone at home.
You're fine, right?
Like, yeah, and it's not like I
It's
do
not
check
end
to
of the
see.
world. It's not end of the world.
I do check to see, and I'll notice. Oh shit! I don't have my phone.
Yeah, I wear a Galaxy watch, but don't think that
And
I'm
then-
actually like hooked up to my phone. I'm just using it as like a time clock.
And the last one: skipping activities or planned events in order to spend time on the mobile device. I don't skip activities. I will have it on me, but I won't skip activities.
Like I'm not. I know that we're not trying to get into like social media or whatever, but with like let's say you went to work, right, and you didn't have your phone with you, you forgot it, but you wonder if someone's trying to message you or whatever. Would that
Yeah.
drive you nuts?
Not
Yeah,
really.
it would.
Not for me.
What if a doctor or something?
The doctor's not gonna message you.
The doctor,
No,
the doctor would
like-
leave a voicemail, so I'm not too worried about that. The only thing that would worry me a little bit is if I knew somebody was having a health issue and I was waiting on a phone call to see what was up.
Oh yeah, that what I was talking
But
about.
some people with their phone phobia, they were like, "Oh, I gotta know what Casey said to me," and stuff like that.
Yeah, I don't care. I actually get annoyed when people call and message me while I'm at work because I'm listening to a book and it interrupts my damn book every time. Like I could put, like you'd think put it on do not disturb, but like the problem with that is if I do need it, like I guess at work I could put it on do not disturb, but like I won't silence my notifications because I do want to know when I get called and text. I just don't want it to be at work when I'm listening to a book because I can't check my phone anyways. So it's absolutely pointless. But there is also another one that's kind of new, which is cyberphobia, which is the fear of computers.
I am one of them type people.
You are afraid of a computer?
No, I'm not
Let
afraid
me-
of a computer.
let me
I'm
give
afraid
you-
of people like hacking my shit and like looking at every information I have. Yeah, I have a fear of that. The government.
That might be more the fear of technology or the fear of this one specifically, fear of computers. That might be more of a fear of the internet or fear of online. I don't know. Online cyber attacks. I don't know. I guess that would probably sound that, to be honest, cyberphobia actually does sound like it fits that better than computers.
Yeah. I mean, everything's cyber now. Like your smart TVs, your smartphones, everything is smartphone. They can just drop an EMP, then everything is like not working.
Now, I want to talk about one more thing myself,
Okay.
which is the most ironic phobia that has ever existed in the history of phobias. I'm gonna let you try to pronounce this one.
Hip hop to monsters Wikipedia Phobia.
What the fuck?
What
Hold
am I
on,
supposed
hold
to
on.
say?
I think it's better pronounced Hippopotamonastrius quipedaliophobia.
That
This
is
long fucking word
Right?
is the fear of long words.
Bro, who made
Oh,
this?
that's what it is.
So, hey,
The
I
fear-
hate big
the
words.
name-
It just makes me angry.
The name for the fear of long words
It's
is an
long.
extremely long word.
Yeah, I hate big words.
That is the most ironically named phobia ever.
whoever came up with that word, I
Was-
would like literally like fucking like Ken like fucking uppercut him
yeah,
from
you're
Street
just.
Fighter.
Hey, you got. Blah, 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 blah.
So- Based on this
Bro.
little information I have, it is the longest word in the
You
dictionary.
know why they do that is because that guy don't want that word stolen. So it makes it impossible to even like steal.
How can you steal words?
Well, when you invent a new word, they can
I
steal
made
it.
the word.
They can change
Oh,
something.
So-
yeah.
Another thing that is interesting about this one is that people with dyslexia are more likely to have this phobia. I do want to touch upon another one just because I see it on my list here. Remember we had the fear of yellow?
Yeah.
There's
What-
also
what fear of what?
there's also chromophobia, which is the fear of colors in general.
That sounds like a virus.
Oh,
Chromophobia.
Well, apparently we don't have fear of colors because we have.
if you look at it, if you look at our walls, we have orange and blue. Orange and blue.
Everywhere is colorful. How are they?
Oh, I forgot one that was very common. The fear of clowns. I actually had to take that into consideration on one of my D&D things because I did one where they were trapped in a in an alternate realm of a carnival, and I had to be careful with how much I let clowns be part of that. The only place that I put a clown was in the dunk tank, and the player that had the fear of clowns did not interact with that specific piece of content.
See, the thing is, I like clowns because they were made to entertain people.
Yeah, it doesn't help that they made horror movies about killer clowns.
Yeah, it don't help, like It and all that, and like clowns are supposed to be to entertain kids, but a lot of movies made it where they're like going after your kids and they're like, a giant pedophile or whatever.
I know before the podcast you were making a joke about the fear of getting your hair cut. Now, I don't know what that fear would be called, but I did find trichtophobia or trichophobia or something like that, which is the fear of hair.
That sounds like
That's
a dinosaur
why I don't
name.
get haircuts very often because I'm scared it's not going to come out the way I want it to come out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think that's a totally different fear. I don't think it's a fear of getting a haircut. I think that's a fear of getting a bad haircut.
Yeah. Yeah.
I feel like that's slightly different. A fear that cats
The
have.
thing is, when you get a haircut, you can tell someone
Yeah.
one thing, how your imagination, how you want your haircut done, and they're not going to think the same page.
My problem is I could show them a picture and it still won't come out right. Like, I'll be like, I want this haircut, and they'll make it wrong. Do you know what fear that all cats and dogs have?
What?
Well, I can't say all.
Fireworks?
But a lot of
Fireworks?
that's a fear of loud noises.
Oh.
But no, there's one that cats and dogs seem to have, which is Zagoraphobia, the fear of vacuum cleaners.
Yep. Yep.
They fear the cleaner.
Yep. That's a lot of noise, though.
It could be the noise too.
I think it's a lot of noise. I'm pretty sure it's a lot of noise. The only animal that I own that does not have fear of like anything other than new people is my beard dragon. You didn't see him, did you?
No, I don't think I have.
Yeah, I just got him like 2 weeks ago. He's cool, isn't he?
Yeah.
Nitro.
Yeah, it's me, Nitro.
I think we're gonna cut the episode today. You want?
All right. Yeah, I think we've talked about quite a few different types of fears and phobias. We talked about our own experience, and we talked about common and uncommon phobias from other people. Anyways, thank you for watching, and I've been CRollur.
It's me, Nitro.
And I'm Willy.
Peace.
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 You know what would be funny? Like, me and you both have like fears of haircuts. Like me and you both have long hair.